What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got VideoDrew taking on the Yodiest of Reillys, Mark Reilly. These are two of I really love both of these competitors, but I gotta go with my gal VideoDrew on this one. But it should be a great match, so let's get it started.
To the movie trivia Schmoedown. It is the ultimate Schmoedown. The first round of the tournament continues. I am Christian Harloff, joined as always by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark, this is going to be a very entertaining match, to say the least, and we have seen some massive upsets, but this one, also a big possibility because of the knowledge between both competitors. Mark Yodi Reilly, former two-time singles champion, and VideoDrew go head-to-head here in this first-round battle.
The Christian folks have been circling this first-round matchup and have been anticipating this battle for a while because you have one of the great personalities to come into the movie trivia Schmoedown in recent memory in Drew, but then you also have, like, we plucked him off of Mount Rushmore itself and put him back in his Superman jacket. I'm assuming he's wearing that today. Is Mark Yodi Reilly, a legend of the game, a great personality. Christian, what could go wrong? Well, I guess they are managed by Gucci and Kaiser, so I think I just answered my own question.
Yeah, I mean, how the two of them already have been pulled off of the air on that show that they do together, I have no idea. But today, they're always going after each other when it comes to managing. But Mark Yodi Reilly has had a very interesting career in the movie trivia Schmoedown, and he's a legend. I mean, he's the first champion we've ever had, and he won the 2018 Teams Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. He won the first tournament ever of the Ultimate Schmoedown. He's had some big ups, and he's had some downs. Last season, in the first round of the tournament, he was knocked out by Stacey Howard. You have been in that position. Stacey Howard obviously is one of these players that can get you at any moment. I believe VideoDrew is also that type of player. She has really made her name in the teams division. Obviously, she's only played in one singles match, and that was against the Kid last season, but you saw what she did in teams when she was playing with Tom. She is not. She is knowledgeable and scary because she's unpredictable as far as just overall behavior, Mark.
Well, yeah, VideoDrew has a kinetic energy that I don't know anyone else has ever replicated in the history of humanity, but I think that she could excel in a singles format where she's just focused on her and her knowledge and communicating that in a timely fashion, as opposed to also having to wrangle this Tom creature who knows a hell of a lot about movies, but also she had to be sort of the mommy, the daddy, the Victor Frankenstein of that creature, and now that she doesn't have to worry about that, she can focus on the answers. Mark Yodi Reilly, he's a legend, all due respect, is going to have his hands full today.
Yeah, and the Finstock Exchange really needs Reilly to win here today. They know it. They have fallen behind Swag, obviously, who has taken some big jumps here in the first round, and they need to catch up. They need to show why everyone keeps talking about them in the dungeon. I mean, the dungeon has to take anything that they can get. Obviously, they have that big win by Eric Zipper with the TKO. That was massive for them. But with the loss of Kevin Smets, with everything that happened with Robert Parker inside of the IG tournament, I mean, the dungeon is in serious trouble. I mean, they are in serious trouble. Just to try to get any kind of points here would be big for them, and that's what VideoDrew tries to accomplish today.
And we look at the managers here, and you're right. To borrow one of your phrases, and I think that you're going to see that sort of desperation manifest itself today. I'm not going to accuse them of perhaps overcoaching in the match, but you know they're going to have their fingerprints on every round, every be questioned. They're going to be going through it with a fine-tooth comb. And as someone in Spaceballs would say when they were combing the desert, we ain't found. I guess we should probably just throw it to the promo.
We are going to throw it to the promo because there's a lot to have here between the dungeon and the Finstock Exchange. Here we go. Is it just,
You know, I don't think I've ever been upset like this.
You know, your back's against the wall, and guess what happens when your back's against the wall? You come out swinging, and that's what that's what winners do.
You know, it's very difficult to say anything bad about our opponent today. I mean, two-time Schmoedown champion. He's got an award named after him. I mean, what can you really say bad about Mark Super Schmuck Reilly?
Now, Mark Reilly's not prone to the upset. Stacey Howard guy. There is a bit of a history here.
when Mark has a good first round, the confidence is there and he's dangerous and you better get out of his way. The problem is if he gets a question or two wrong, he starts to worry about it a little bit too much.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was too busy memorizing quit speech from the Indianapolis, in Jaws. Memorizing it verbatim. Just in case. Hashtag 5-pointer. And it only gets worse for Reilly, because VideoDrew is a new player. She's been dungeonified. Yeah, that's a word.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown with VideoDrew.
Even with the first conversation I had with VideoDrew, couldn't make sense out of it, but I just knew that she was absolutely interested, wanting to participate, knows her stuff.
This year, VideoDrew has decided to play it a little differently. She doesn't have a Tom. New Tom is nowhere to be found, and she's now a brand sponsor for Gop IHOP. Buy wherever you buy regular IHOP and just dress in black.
She has no business playing this guy. I know she played in the loony bin, but I also think she might belong there.
She knows her stuff. This is not going to be an easy thing.
Yodi is ready to play because a lot of people already have been questioning the legacy of Yodi. Yodi doesn't usually talk in the third person, so he's going to stop now.
There's other characters right now that are being a little kooky, a little weird, a little, given the state of your reality right now, you don't need none of that. So this VideoDrew is calm. This VideoDrew is collected. This VideoDrew actually cares about movie trivia, I guess, question mark, wink to audience.
You say a lot of words. Words that come out that, you tweet a lot, it's upside down. I don't understand it. VideoDrew, you scare me, okay? I'll say it. I'm glad you're on the other side of the internet, but you don't scare me in movie trivia.
But I think VideoDrew beats her. VideoDrew is unassuming, right? Until VideoDrew shows up, she starts pulling them out, and you go, whoa, 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 whoa.
But there is the part of me that really does want to shut everybody up who counts me out, because they do it so fast.
The world already saw Eric Zipper TKO the great Paul Preston. And you know what, Reilly? After Drew knocks you out today, you know where you wake up? Schmoedown Retirement Home.
Yodi's come to play, and I'm very excited to have the world be shocked.
He's going to be champion again, per the usual. See you at the end of this one. Should be a laugh fest.
So no funny games, nothing weird, and this time, it's all gonna look great.
I mean, the jabs between Kaiser and Gucci continue, and VideoDrew. I'm never going to try to say, oh, I have figured VideoDrew out. You'll never hear anyone say it, because that is an advantage to me, I think, for her, because you don't know, you can't see where she's coming. But Mark Reilly, what I will say inside of that promo, he looks confident, and he has a right to feel confident. He's coming off of that big win against Janine. He's gotten to the mountaintop twice before. He just had that really big. He's had matches with Who's the Boss. So he's playing very well right now, Mark.
He is, and I think that with Reilly, what you and I, because we know him pretty well outside of the Schmoedown over the years, is that you saw him come in, he was a dominant force right from the get-go, and then there was this unique balance that he needs to strike to play well of managing emotion, having the competitive fire, getting the drive, focusing on the moment. If he can do that, he's virtually unbeatable. But then you look at VideoDrew, and like you said, an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a riddle, all come together in a very nice person with a beautiful soul. But how much movie trivia can she pull on her own in the moment? She is about to step out of Tom's shadow potentially, but in her way is a guy who really doesn't have any weakness except for kryptonite.
Well, we're going to bring in both Tom Dagnino of the Finstock Exchange and Hunter S. Thompson from the Dungeon. All right, so as you're working on your new 80s hair metal band there, Kaiser, so how is VideoDrew preparing for this match against the legend in Yo-Yo Reilly?
Hello? Yeah, no, it's Drew's match against... Oh, it's Reilly's retirement party. Well, they told me it was Drew's match. Well, I'll do it online, okay. What were you saying?
Who was that? Who was that? Tell me right now. Who was that?
I don't have to divulge anything to you. That's not in my contract.
I don't believe that. I believe that you're pushing buttons on your phone. That's what
I'm not pushing anything. You've been pushing my buttons since I got in this league. You know, a lot of people say that the people you become enemies with first end up becoming your best friends. So I'm holding out for you. Maybe you'll turn a corner or something, man.
Well, this is not about you and I. This is
What are
about...
we talking about?
VideoDrew is going up against Mark Reilly today, and you guys need some points. Is that accurate?
Well, look, Ben, thank you for having me on backstage today. I mean, I didn't know we were doing the retirement party online, but I will say a few things about Mark Reilly. I mean, Mark Reilly and I actually have a lot in common. We're both semi-celebrities. Both of us enjoy a hearty bowl of chunky soup. I've had a lot of bowls of soup with Mark Reilly over the years. We both have awards named after each other. Pretty much the only accolade that Reilly has that I don't have is that Crayola introduced a new colored crayon to celebrate all of his achievements on the World Wide Web.
Fair enough.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance. Let me go to...
The crayon is grayer. It's just a little duller than gray.
Okay. Nailed it. Gucci, let me go to you, and then I am going to piggyback this question to Kaiser as well. There seems to be some desperation in the factions, in both the Dungeon and in yours, the Finstock Exchange. When you go to bed at night, and the match is done, and you sacrifice the virgin goat, and you're laying in the sheets, and you start thinking about that Manager of the Year award, do you still think you have a shot? Be honest.
First of all, who's the Duran Duran cover band bassist guy to my left over here? Second, yes, I think I do. I'm looking at, like I said, you start off hot, get a little cold, other people catch up. Hopefully they exert too much energy climbing up the hill, and we take charge again. That's the way I see it. Now, last year, I wasn't even Manager of the Year talk until the last 2 months of the season. If it stopped 2 months before the season stopped before that, then yes, it would have been Kaiser or Roxy. But when the smoke cleared, I was at the podium, per the usual. And that's what's going to happen again here. Yes, factions sometimes take a little dives here. You go into some slumps like anything, like a baseball player, whoever goes in the slumps. Next thing you know, you come out of them, and you get what's rightfully yours. We're going to hit 500 this year. I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest with you.
All right, well, look, this is, once again, a massive match for... How is Reilly feeling here, Tom? This is a big question, because obviously we know his legend in the game and what he's done, what he's been able to do. There have been big moments where Mark Reilly has delivered, and there's been big moments where he has not. He's famously not been very good in the free-for-all, and then he had some really great wins in tournaments, and then he's had some bounces in tournaments. So what's his mental kind of wherewithal going into this?
I've never seen him much more confident than he is right now. I mean, scrimmaging matches, and he's winning every single one of them against big dogs. He is so focused to play here. I'd be surprised if this goes 3 rounds, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, anything to say to that, Kaiser?
I got one more thing I'd like to add. Reilly should be afraid of what he has in store for him. This is no human being he's going up against, and this is a woman who's been pretty much studying 20 hours a day. But as far as Gucci's concerned, I mean, you can argue that this man has the best players in the Schmoedown. But you got to ask yourself this. Do any of them like him? Probably not. I'm pretty sure the founding fathers have a pending lawsuit for lost wages, so I'm interested to see how that all shakes out.
Well, interesting. That's I don't know if that's collusion, but we'll drop you guys out, and good luck to you both. Even though I really don't like to say that to either one of you. So
yeah, no, we don't have to bring them back, you know.
Yeah, I know, but it's actually part of it. All right, so with that, the managers are out, and now the competitors are about to make their way in. Mark, are you ready?
I'll juice you up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the dungeon, with a record of no wins and 1 defeat in the singles division. She is VideoDrew. That's interesting. No, well, I get it. Yeah, okay. Hi, VideoDrew. It's good to see. Who do you have with you today?
VideoDrew.
I see. I never missed Zoobly Zoo so bad as I do right now. Okay,
I'm
so
not sure what's happening, Christian. My head is starting to hurt, and I believe my ears are bleeding.
That's okay, Mr. Tom. I got another one.
yeah, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. All right, VideoDrew, I'm going to try this, but I know how this is going to go. How are you are going up against Mark Yodi Reilly here, who is a 2-time champion. Thoughts on playing someone as established as Mark going into this round?
Well, thank you for asking that, Mr. Christian Commissioner.
Oh.
Yoda has always been the scariest of the Star Wars characters, so playing against Yoda is scary to VideoDrew. But what is scared?
Well, it's Nick. You know what? You're right. What is scared? Mark? Okay. All right. Well, Drew, I have to also ask you, have you been talking a lot to the dungeon? Have you been speaking with them? Have they given you any advice going into this particular match here?
The dungeon where I live? That's a physical location, Mr. Christian. I'm not sure if you understand. That's not a person.
You are right.
Good point. Yeah.
Well done. All right. Well, Drew, we're going to put you in the waiting room here. Good luck to you today. Do you know you're playing a match?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's then we're on a
Hi.
Hi. Okay, we're gonna put her in the waiting room. I don't know what's gonna happen here today.
No, I just hope Riley's wearing clothes.
We'll see. And her opponent, representing the Finstock Exchange, with a record of 11 wins, 7 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown winner, the 2014 Ultimate Schmoedown winner, and the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Mark Yodi Reilly. Mark Yodi Reilly with the Who's the Boss theme blaring in the background. There he is, Mark Yodi Reilly, former champion. It's good. Look, man, I feel as I was doing that, I said, you know what? This feels like the old days. I haven't said the words Mark Yodi Reilly in a little bit, and you know, it was 6 years ago. 6 years ago when you won your first tournament in the Ultimate Schmoedown, became the first champion. Is there always a bit of excitement going into tournaments? Is it any like exhaustion? Like, how are your overall thoughts going into this match?
The tournaments are always so much fun. Every time one comes around, I love to just prep, get in the headspace. It's fun. Today, I found myself waking up excited like Christmas morning, Christian. I don't know what it was. It's a new feeling I have, and it feels different, you know. But you bring up how long ago? What, 6 years? Did Kaiser make an old joke about me yet? Is that because 6 years I've been a part of this league and still competing at a high level? So maybe there was something Kaiser said. I mean, I don't know what happened to those nice words he said at one point, but grayer? All right. Coming from a roadie from the Skid Row reunion concert tour, I'm okay with it.
Well, Yodi, it appears that you have been a slave to the grind of studying movie trivia, that you're back on the proverbial treadmill. How is this Yodi Reilly that we're about to see compete different from previous iterations of Mark Yodi Reilly in seasons past?
You know, Mark, I think when you start running around with legends of the game, you start to have a nice healthy competition between us, and you start to challenge each other, and you start to talk about it, you start to hang out, and it becomes a thing, right? It becomes a thing where you start to want to hang with your boys and bring it all home. Belts, points, everything. So this time I feel a lot more warm, a lot more focused. I have my Finstock Exchange backing me up. We're hands down the best faction in this league because of the way we take care of each other. And I'm ready.
All right, well, Mark Yodi Reilly, gonna remove him just for a moment, bring back exactly who I thought I'd bring back, VideoDrew.
Good Lord.
Yep, and there is Mark Reilly. All right, our competitors have entered the virtual battlefield via Mark rules of round number 1, please.
Oh, thank goodness we get to have regulations in this match. In round at number 1, 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever utensil you have handy on whatever writing surface you prefer. As soon as that 15 seconds is up, you must stop writing and put your hands up so we can see them. You can still maneuver your board when we ask you by name to show us your answer. Turn it to the camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. Not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds. Use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match. You can challenge anything you'd like in the game. We'll bring in your manager, and then they must confirm and ratify that the challenge is taking place. Christian, I think everybody heard me loud and clear.
All right, well, with that I ask Reilly, are you ready?
Ready.
VideoDrew, are you ready?
Oh, God.
We're good.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Question number 1 is in the realm of action-adventure. Here is the first one. Who plays Leo Getz in the Lethal Weapon franchise?
All right, we talked about this a lot. You and I really, for a brief time, lived across the street from a laundromat featured in
Joe
Lethal
Pesci.
Weapon.
It's true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Mark Reilly.
Joe Pesci.
Yes, and VideoDrew?
Didn't have it. Danny Glover.
Okay, now so Mark Reilly gives up 1-0 there as we get to our next question here. Mark, question 2.
That's right, Christian. This is in the world of 90s movies. This is the 1990s. And your question. For a point, who directed 1997's The Lost World Jurassic Park? Saw this in a theater. You, Christian?
Second one, I think I did. I don't
Steven
remember.
Spielberg.
Working at a theater at the time.
No,
But you were.
5, no. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Drew.
Steven Spielberg?
Yes, and Reilly.
Steven Spielberg.
2, 1. As we get to our next question, question 3 is dramas. Which MCU actor stars as a Los Angeles columnist in the 2009's The Soloist?
All right.
It's off to a start here, Mark. They're both fighting for points here for their factions.
Oh, they're fighting a lot more than that, Christian.
5, 4,
Robert Downey
3,
Jr.
2, 1. Pens down, please, and Mark Reilly.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, and Drew.
Robert Downey Jr.
She got it. Here's our next question here, Mark.
RDJ, your next category is new releases. And the question is, who stars as a Chinese-American woman who learns that her grandmother has cancer in The Farewell? 3, great picture. And glad we can still have new releases in this day and age of some sort.
Well, that's what we had them for the last year and a half. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Drew.
Aquafina.
It is. Reilly?
Aquafina.
4-3. And VideoDrew only within one with Reilly, who has 4 points and has not missed just yet. Mark, the next question is fantasy sci-fi. Arnold Schwarzenegger starts as Adam Gibson, a family man who was illegally cloned by accident as part of a vast conspiracy in what 2000 film?
Yeah, I love Arnold like you do. He has been given some names that just do why would that name would never belong to that
The
dude?
Sixth Day.
Repeat.
First one, here it is. Arnold Schwarzenegger stars as Adam Gibson, a family man who was illegally cloned by accident as part of a vast conspiracy in what 2000 film? And
Adam Gibson.
VideoDrew has
I'm not sure what happened to that green screen, but it's fascinating to watch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, Drew. And starting with Reilly.
The 9th year.
It's incorrect. And VideoDrew.
Total Recall is not the answer.
Also not the answer. Looking for the 6th day. The 6th day.
Oh,
The 6th day. So that's one miss by Reilly and Drew also missed. So still a 1 point game here. So we get to the next question. Question 6.
All right, your next category is in the world of comedies.
There's a sound effect now.
Thank you. And your question. He said lovingly, who stars as lifeguard Matt Brody opposite Dwayne Johnson in 2017's Baywatch?
Just to let the audience know it is not Ralph Biscuits, unfortunately.
That sounds like a name they'd give Schwarzenegger in an action movie.
That's true. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Drew?
Zac Efron.
Yes. And Reilly?
Zac Efron.
Correct, sir. And it is 5-4. 5-4 as we get to our next question here. This is question number 7. Who plays Rose in this category horror thriller? Who plays Rose, who invites her boyfriend to visit her family for the weekend in Get Out?
What's her
Out.
name?
I knew it. You waited 3 questions, but if we ask a question about Arnold,
That wasn't an Arnold's impression. That was my next door neighbor.
you live next to Adam Gibson.
Yes. 4, 3, 2,
Damn it!
1.
And the question.
We asked for pens down there. Did you all delay? What are you doing there, delay? We're one
Question.
JTE. It's a delay. We're having this problem, Drew. It's a delay on in each. We're giving a little bit more of a half a second past it.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Who plays Rose, who invites her boyfriend to visit her family for the weekend and Get Out?
What the hell is her name?
Mark Reilly and VideoDrew each using a JTE rule here in round number 1.
And we are giving the competitors a little extra second after because of the delay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Now, Reilly, pens down. And starting with Reilly.
I didn't get it.
Didn't get it. All right, VideoDrew.
She's the daughter of someone famous, Allison Williams.
Yes, it is tied up now. 5-5. They both used the JTE there. And here we go. Last question in this round.
We got a barn burner, Christian, and the last category is in the world of animated movies drawn by hand or on a computer. Your question. In the small town of Blythe Hollow, Massachusetts, an 11-year-old boy speaks with the dead, including his late grandmother. In what 2012 film?
I think I know this.
Now, they were both tied up here. So, in order
I think I know this
keep
because I
the
know
game
this movie
tied, they
came
both
out
need
in
to hit it.
2012.
And is it?
Paranorman.
Yes. True. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down. And we start with VideoDrew to tie the game. Keep it.
Don't think it's right, but Book of the Dead.
That's incorrect. And Reilly to take the lead.
Day of the Dead.
Also incorrect.
Looking for Paranorman.
Paranorman. is the answer there. And now we find ourselves tied up going into round number 2. Mark, it's the wheel round. How's it go?
This is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. The wheel will appear virtually so, and each competitor has a spin at it. Once we settle on a category, sound effects please, you will be asked 4 questions from that particular genre. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. It's like they don't know they have microphones in front of them, Christian. At that point, the question goes down to 1. Mark Yodi Reilly, because you were introduced second, therefore the higher ranked player, you will choose, alongside your manager, whether you want to spin first or defer.
All right, we're going to remove both Drew and Kaiser here. 60 seconds to talk to Reilly starting now. Dagnino.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, dude. How you feeling?
Those are tough ones.
Tough first round. That's okay. There was a couple that I didn't know there. That's all right.
No, that's all. Shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. First round is never your speed. Second and close. That's what you do. You got 2 JT rules left.
Let's do it.
How you feeling? You want to spin? You want to spin first?
Yeah, let's spin first, dude. Come on.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Okay, so we are going to have the wheel up. Here is the wheel and the first spin. Here it is.
Let's get it. Cool, calm, and collective, Reilly.
Collective again? All right.
Yeah.
I like this category.
SNL. You got 60 seconds.
SNL. I like SNL.
I don't know how you feel about this. Could be.
I like SNL, but yeah, there's some deep cuts in there. I'm gonna go ahead and spin again, though. I like it.
Spin it. All right, there's spin. This is it. Whatever he gets here, he's got to keep. And he's spinning. And here's the spin.
Spinners and opponents lurking out there, and this looks like Denzel.
Alrighty, Mark. This is what we were looking for.
Here we go.
Gotta remove.
You said, buddy.
We're gonna remove that guy. And now we're gonna bring back VideoDrew. Excuse me for a second here. And let's bring back VideoDrew. There she is. There he is. All right, Mark, you get 4 questions in the realm of Denzel Washington films. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here you go. All right. In 1989's Glory, it takes place during which war?
I think the Civil.
The Civil War.
2 points. Question 2. In 2016's The Magnificent Seven, who plays the villain Bartholomew Bogue, B-O-G-U-E, who the Seven must defeat?
I have this movie on DVD unopened. I have yet to watch it. Ah.
5, 4,
Christoph Waltz.
2.
Let's go multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Here it is. Is it A, Alexander Skarsgård, B, Vincent D'Onofrio, C, Michael Madsen, D, Peter Skarsgård?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, Alexander Skarsgård.
It's incorrect. Drew, for the steal, you have in 2016's The Magnificent Seven, who plays the villain Bartholomew Bogue, B-O-G-U-E, who the Seven must defeat? Is it A, Alexander Skarsgård, B, Vincent D'Onofrio, C, Michael Madsen, D, Peter Sarsgaard, excuse me.
Go with D, Peter Sarsgaard.
That is correct for a 1-point steal. All right.
Steal.
Question number 3. Who plays Peta, the young girl who Denzel Washington's character is hired to protect in Man on Fire?
Dakota Fanning.
Points. And your final question here in Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington received his first Best Lead Actor Oscar nomination for which film?
Malcolm X. Right? It's gotta be Malcolm X. I think.
Five, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, Mo Better Blues, B, Courage Under Fire, C, Malcolm X,
I think it's Malcolm
D, The
X.
Hurricane? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Malcolm X.
Correct for 1 point. All right, so Reilly fights and gets himself to 10-6, with VideoDrew picking up a big steal with a 1-point steal here as we get to round number 2. We're going to drop Reilly out, bring back Kaiser. Kaiser, 60 seconds to talk to Drew starting now.
Denzel should have won that Academy Award, Drew, because he lost to Pacino in that stupid blind movie. But Denzel should have won that award all day.
Let's, yep. Where's Tom?
He's here. He's behind me. He's getting ice. You know, I'm not feeling well today. I think I drank a little too much cough medicine, but I'm coming out of it.
Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy?
He's getting ice. This is what happens when you don't see people for 25 years. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen Laura Palmer. I haven't seen any of the gang in 25 years. But I miss you guys. I miss you guys.
It's like an episode of The Shining. It's like
Let's rock.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here's the wheel. I feel like I just watched the remake. All right, here it is.
Firing pep talk.
Mel Brooks. 60 seconds to decide if you want Mel Brooks starting now.
Personally, not my favorite category. But, you know, that's me. I'm not you.
See? Stick with it.
You gonna stick with it?
Yes.
Drew? Yes, okay. Mel Brooks it is. Okay, we're staying with Mel Brooks. Gonna drop out Kaiser. And we're gonna bring back Reilly. 4 questions in the realm of Mel Brooks movies, Mark.
All right, Mel Brooks. I love asking questions about this great man. Drew, your first question of 4 for 2 points. Who plays Robin Hood in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Carrie Elways, or Uwais, A-U-L-W-E-S.
We got you either way, and that is correct for 2 points. And we move on to your next question. The lead is now 2 for Mark Reilly. Who plays the role of Victoria Brisbane in 1977's High Anxiety?
Never even heard of this movie.
I believe that's Madeline Kahn.
You believe correct, and we are tied at 10.
Next question here. VideoDrew tying up could take her first lead here if she gets this correct. Here it is.
Big to bring that lead into round 3, partner. And your penultimate question in the wonderful world of Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks appears as Mr. Welling in what 1994 family feature?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Is it A, The Little Rascals, B, Richie Rich, C, Casper, or D, The Page Master?
The Page Master?
Can I get a repeat of the answers?
You get one of those for free, yeah.
You certainly may. Your multiple choice options. Is it A, The Little Rascals, B, Richie Rich, C, Casper, or D, The Page Master?
It's not Little Rascals or Richie Rich.
Going with D, the Page Master.
That is incorrect. So Mark Reilly for a 1-point steal. I'm going to repeat the question in the multiple choice options. Mel Brooks appears as Mr. Welling in what 1994 family feture? Is it A, The Little Rascals, B, Richie Rich, C, Casper, or D, The Page Master?
Casper was 95.
I'm gonna go with Richie Rich.
That's also incorrect. I did not know this either. The Little Rascals.
Little Rascals it is.
Probably the Little Rascals.
Well, now we're going to get our question here. This is our 4th question for VideoDrew to continue to take her lead in the realm of Mel Brooks. Here's our final question.
All right, Drew, this is your final question. In round number 2, this could give you the lead going into round number 3. In the world of Mel Brooks, who plays the role of SS Captain Schultz in 1983's To Be or Not to Be?
Ooh, that is a very good question. Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Charles Durning, B, Tim Matheson, C, Jose Ferrer, or D, Christopher Lloyd?
Tim Matheson.
Let's go with D, Christopher Lloyd.
You went right, and Christian, that is a 1-point answer and a 1-point lead for VideoDrew going into round 3.
VideoDrew takes the lead over Mark Reilly here, 11-10 as we get to round number 3, the final round. Mark, how's it go?
It's the final countdown here, Christian, although we do have sudden death overtime looming just in case. In round number 3, each competitor is simply going to give us a series of numbers. That's not too hard. These numbers range from 1 to 20. We need 3 from each of you. You may not select the same number as your opponent. Why? Because each number corresponds to a unique world of movie trivia knowledge. Your first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points, and your last one is worth 5 of the biggest points of your tournament so far. So, because VideoDrew finds herself in the lead along with her bevy of friends, VideoDrew can give us her 3 lucky numbers first. So, VideoDrew, from 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
Well, I want to go with my best friend's birthday, and that'd be 518.
1-8. That's Mark Reilly's birthday.
That's weird, isn't it?
Almost. Oh, wait, it is. Yes, 518. That's true. All right, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark. Thanks, Kaiser.
Riley, 3 numbers, please.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kaiser's birthday, 9, 12, and 7.
Well, okay. 9, 12, and 7.
You tap my phone, man.
All right.
We all know each other's birthdays. That is so wonderful.
All right, so we are going to let Dagnino talk to Riley here, 60 seconds. Oh, wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. Kaiser, talk to Drew here, 60 seconds starting now.
Hey, what is your favorite Nirvana song?
Is this a question?
Well, if you were...
Don't like teen spunk spirit.
It's not Teen Spunk. I like the one where it's like, I wish I was like you, easily amused.
I like the Trent Reznor one from the Social Network. That's Radiohead, but it's a little boy singing. All the little boys.
How much time do we have left, Christian? Because I don't want to waste any... How much?
30 seconds.
I don't want to waste any more. I don't want to waste any time.
All right, fine. All right, so Dagnino, you got 60 seconds to talk to Riley starting now.
Let's buckle down here, bud.
Just buckling down, man. Let's do
Let's
this.
get to 2, 3, and 5 and send this thing home.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start here with Mark Reilly. Mark, you chose... Let's get your managers both out of here. Excuse me, please. Going to remove both. And Kaiser are gone. Riley, you chose for your first category, you chose category number 9. Category number 9, that would be in the realm of animated films.
Okay.
Animated films in order to take the lead back. Animated, here you go. All right, here you go. Puss in Boots is first introduced in which film in the Shrek franchise?
Shrek the Third?
Shrek 2.
Correct, for 2 points. Bounces back to VideoDrew for 2 points, and now it is Riley with a 1-point lead. As now VideoDrew has to answer her 2, and that's category 5, Mark.
Just like that, fortunes can change very fast here in the Schmoedown. VideoDrew, you selected number 5 for your 2-point question, and that corresponds to the category of Angelina Jolie. And your question. Which James Bond actor stars alongside Angelina Jolie as Alex West in 2001's Lara Croft Tomb Raider?
Repeat, please.
Second one.
Yeah. In the category of Angelina Jolie, which James Bond actor stars alongside Angelina Jolie as Alex West
Daniel
in
Craig?
2001's Lara Croft Tomb Raider?
Sean Bean.
Is incorrect. Actually looking for the current James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Yes,
Right,
that is correct. You are right.
All right, so now VideoDrew will get a 3-pointer, and that is in the category of what, Mark?
That's going to be new releases. Drew, you selected number 1 for your 3-point question.
Sure.
That is going to be new releases. And these are any movies that could have come out in the last 12 to 18 months. It's been a pandemic, but plenty of movies came out in theaters. So your 3-point question. To retake the lead, Secret Service agent Mike Banning is framed for an attempted attack on the president in what 2019 film?
Five, 4,
Repeat final.
Final repeat.
All right, this is in the category of new releases for 3 points. Secret Service agent Mike Banning is framed for an attempted attack on the president in what 2019 film?
London Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen?
That's incorrect. Oh, so close. Angel Has Fallen.
Angel Fallen.
Angel Fallen. All right, so here is where we stand. VideoDrew will get her 5-pointer. If she hits it, it bounces back to Mark Reilly. If she misses it, Mark Reilly will advance to play Perry Nemiroff in the next round. Category number 8 for the 5-pointer mark.
That's right, Christian, and it corresponds to another director, much like Mel Brooks. For your 5-point question, VideoDrew, to take the lead and to extend the match, you selected the wonderful, wacky world of Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, fun.
And your question, to regain the lead for 5 points, in which Tarantino film will you find a character planning a trip to Madrid at the end of the film?
And
Just saying Pulp Fiction.
And your winner, advancing to the next round, Mark Yodi Reilly. The answer, Mark?
It was Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. VideoDrew, a hell of a match. It's very, very close there to defeating Mark Reilly, but Mark pulls it off. All right, Drew, gonna put you in the waiting room for a moment here, and gonna bring back Bobby Finstock. Tough one here, guys. It was not a pretty match. VideoDrew had was making it, and looked those the 3 and the 5 got her at the end, but she was poised to really make a big upset here. Dagnino, honest feeling. How you feeling right now?
I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Yeah, tough match. I mean, we know that going forward, and Mark knows this too. That's not gonna win games. He knows it. But lucky we escaped with a victory here.
There's some tough round 1 questions in there, Mark, as you had mentioned, and I think that once you get into the flow of the Schmoedown, after being away for a little bit and not competing and feeling that white hot fire of the spotlight, maybe you need a match to get the rust off. Is that how you felt today? Did you feel a little rusty? And if so, do you feel like it's all shaken off?
Yeah. There is such a thing as ring rust, and you saw it today, and I'm pretty upset about it. I'll be honest with you. That's not a pretty win. I'll take it, but it's not pretty. And I know what I need to work on, and those were, it kind of surprising first round questions, I thought, but they were great. Overall, I thought it was a good match, and hats off. VideoDrew, all 3 of you. That was a good match.
Well, look, Tom, this was a much-needed win, obviously, because you had Reilly not taking that match. Then the Finstock Exchange is hanging on by a thread, and it was a match that, look, Reilly's been in these types of matches before, where he's been lights out, and sometimes this today happens, but he still won the match. But what do you do to prepare for Perry Nemiroff going into the next round?
I mean, look, that was a tight match. Everybody knows the Finstock Exchange needs as many wins as we possibly can get right now. There's no question about it. And, Reilly in this tournament is a big linchpin for us. This was a must win, and we got it. Thank the Lord. And, like I was saying, those were some tough questions there. And those Denzel questions were some deep cuts as well. We spun away from SNL because we thought that was it. We talked about Denzel earlier when we were on the phone. He felt real comfortable about it, and I thought, we were going to play. We got what we needed to get over there. VideoDrew played a great game. She's got a good technique. It's very interesting. It's slow flow. It can take you out of your game. And I think maybe that's a little bit what happened there. Mark is sometimes a notorious slow starter, but I have a feeling he's going to go all the way here. He's going to look at this and be like, this can't happen. And we're going to come in and we're going to give Perry a game of her life, that's for sure.
Reilly, how about that real quick? Perry Nemiroff here pulled off one of the biggest upsets maybe in Schmoedown history, defeating Mike Kalinowski in the first round. Perry. You've worked with Perry over the years. You know how knowledgeable she is. How do you prepare going in for Perry? And the easy question I already know, what's the respect level when it comes to Perry's knowledge?
Oh, you respect Perry. Look at this. She just beat Kalinowski. Good on you, Perry. And that's the thing about this tournament. You know, I know people are going to probably analyze every angle of this match that I've just done, including me. I'm pretty upset about it. But as you can see with Perry Nemiroff taking Mike Kalinowski and taking that match, it's anybody's game. Sometimes you have good matches, sometimes not. And gosh, I'm ready. I hate this match that I just did because I know how much better I am. So Perry, I love her to death, but she better be prepared. I gotta go through her just to get to the belt. I have so much that I need to do right now, including a lot of work after this.
All right, well, look, once again, a win is a win, and Mark, Yodi, Reilly.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
3 points here. 3 points. Final score, Mark Reilly 12, VideoDrew 11. All right, gonna remove Mark and Finstock here and bring back both Kaiser and VideoDrew.
I'm just thinking, who does that jam that button?
Oh, I got a text message from Norm McDonald. One of his, well, what happens is when I get a text from Norm, one of his bits goes off. I apologize.
Oh, fair. All right, Drew, I got to start with you. You really looked phenomenal in those 2 rounds there. You had Reilly on the rope, and it just came down to the 3 and the 5 at the end there. If you think with more time, had you not used all 3 of the JTE rules, do you think that you would have gotten there, or maybe not?
Yoda is all-knowing. He got a little bit shaken around 1-2. I really thought I had that in the bag. It was definitely between Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown, which is the one Quentin Tarantino movie I have not seen. The one. Yes, I know. There's something wrong with me, but that's the one. So I was actually leaning towards that and going back and forth between Pulp Fiction. I was thinking maybe that's where Butch ends up. So ultimately, yeah, I'm kicking myself. That would have made the match way more interesting. But at the end of the day, I have my friends. I have Kaiser. I have Tom and VideoDrew, and now I'm just going to come back stronger. Who expected me to go this well? Nobody.
No, you absolutely, you had it. It looked like it was you were definitely giving Reilly a big run for his money there. Kaiser, look, I got to ask the same question I've been asking you, man. This is the outfit to me. And the demeanor right now screams someone who is kind of in dire straits. You know, this was Drew played phenomenal. There's no doubt about it right now. She played great, but nonetheless, this was a loss. You had you know, the big Smets loss, the Parker loss. This season has not gone your way. How can you stop the bleeding? How can you get the ship from the dungeon to not end up in the last court?
Well, we still got hope alive in the form of other players in this here dungeon. I would say this was a fun retirement party. I enjoyed hanging out with Mark Reilly. I always do. I would have liked to have had a nice cup of soup with him, maybe a minestrone or something. But he, you know, he's Mark Reilly. He's the Yoda. He's the one of the bests, and he did a good thing today. And his manager still should be brought up on charges of fraud. But I'm not here to talk about that. Publishers Clearinghouse fraud, by the way. You can look into that. There's been plenty of reports. I'm proud of Drew. She studied her butt off. She played hard. She absorbed the game this season, man. She really came in and lived it. And I'm proud of how she trained all day, every day with her teammates. She's going to come back more lethal. And I can't wait to see the revival of VideoDrew in 2021. We all know what she can do live and in person. She loves to, it's the shock factor. She was a beautiful addition to the dungeon. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, just having her energy. And I'm happy to have rode with her this season.
I want to say one more thing. First of all, thank you, Mr. Kaiser, for those kind words. I was really looking forward to playing Mark Reilly for one specific reason. I love horror movies. Mark Reilly loves horror movies. I am a horror movie. I would have really liked to see a rematch with Mark Reilly and I going head to head, separate head, about scary things.
All right.
Thank you, Trevor.
Okay.
We can honestly make that happen.
How much lobster does the average person order?
All right, will you stop?
I'll take 2 and 2 butters.
All right.
2 sides of butter.
All right. You're still on the air, Kaiser.
Oh,
No, all right, well,
there. As we wrap things up mercifully with this interview, VideoDrew, you are a great personality, as I mentioned in the pre-show. The fans love you. Is there anything that you want to say to the Schmoedown community for all the support they've lent you?
Everyone loves VideoDrew's charming and lovely and winning personality. But why isn't she called overrated? Everyone else gets that. Is it because no one bothers rating her in the first place because they think she's just a good personality and not a good trivia player? Question that. I think I've shown myself today to be a very, very good trivia player who just hasn't seen one Quentin Tarantino film.
fair enough. Look, she did great.
Who is Django Fett?
No, you just stopped.
Oh, Star Trek.
Freddie Fett, one of the Fett brothers.
All right.
Yeah, sounds right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Great match here today. Didn't go your way, guys. And Kaiser, we'll see you with the Eric Zipper match in round number 2. All right. So there is both VideoDrew and Kaiser. Yeah, it is what it is with those two. But VideoDrew played great. I mean, she played great. She hung in there with Reilly the whole entire time. She had him on the ropes once again, going into that lead, going into the third round. She played really well in the Mel Brooks category, but she got a 3 and a 5 that she simply didn't know. Mark Reilly, and I think that him and Finstock both said it. He cannot play like this for the rest of the tournament. He will get eaten alive. He knows that. He's been in this position before, but that's also the career of Reilly, what he's had. He'll have a game like this, and then he'll go perfect in the next one. He, at this moment, has been a kind of a consistently inconsistent player. So, not in teams, but in singles, he's got to get back to that glory of old if he wants to win this thing.
And I see a little bit of that moxie, that quick recovery, if you will, the regenerative healing that Mark Reilly has. He can have a dud match and then right back on the horse. He's studying, he's training, and he's lights out on the next one. I see a lot of that competitive fire in VideoDrew as well. So we have not seen the last of her by any stretch of the imagination. As for her faction, the dungeon, Christian, like you said, Kaiser is not out of this thing yet. If Zipper gets hot, someone else gets hot, you can run the table and get a lot of points for your faction. So no faction's out of it just yet, but you got to think the Finstock Exchange is exhaling a collective sigh of relief, getting some points.
Well, that was the match here today. Mark Reilly once again defeats VideoDrew 12-11 in the score of the Finstock Exchange, picking up 3 points over the dungeon and advancing a little higher up those rankings. All right. So, guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate joining us here today. Make sure you go over to Apple Podcast. You want to listen to all these matches? Do it. Go on your anywhere. Go Apple Podcasts, you go Spotify. Just subscribe there and let us know. Leave us a comment or rate us. Join Patreon, patreon.com/Schmoedown. You can join at the $10 tier and get any one of the big pay-per-views that we do. We do a bunch of them at least once a month, and we do some exhibition matches and the Schmoedown Spectacular coming up in December. Those are about 4 to 5 big, huge matches that you get if you're at that tier. Mark, what a match it was. Nonetheless, we have the Exchange moving to the next round. Pleasure calling it as always with you, my man.
It's going to be like the old Collider days. Get to hang out with Mark Reilly and Perry Nemiroff. And we mentioned community before and how they've rallied around competitors like VideoDrew and Mark Reilly. Check out the Schmoedown Facebook group. Join, become a member today. And check out the Schmoedown Rundown. Frankie Janish and Brad Gilmore analyzing everything going on in the world of Schmoedown. A new episode drops wherever you enjoy listening to stuff every Saturday morning. Like when we used to watch cartoons back in the day, Christian.
Very true. All right, well, thank you, as always, Mark, and thank you, guys. Make sure you check out the matches coming up and everything we got going on here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel. Subscribe today if you haven't. Click the like, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.
Well, that was a really fascinating match, to say the least. Congrats to Reilly on a good win. I know he wanted to play better, but take the wins when you can get them. And then you look to improve in the next match. And VideoDrew, she's just a gem. What's not to love about VideoDrew? Nothing. She's awesome. Amazing. But Reilly's moving on. He gets a face-off against Perry Nemiroff from formerly of Collider Movie Talk and The Witching Hour. That's gonna be a really fun match to watch. But who do you root for? Because they're both incredible people. I might have to give the edge to Perry just because she's like super nice. But yeah, this was a good match. Kaiser, he looks a little drained because the dungeon isn't quite performing up to expectations this year, unfortunately. But good match. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83. Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.